Hello, everyone. So I'm always told that you should go on Facebook Live all the time on your Facebook page, but I'm really bad at that because it makes me nervous to speak live. But I wanted to come on here, give it a little try. Maybe I will get more used to it. Um, but I just wanted to fill you guys in on some of the things I've been working on lately. Thank you so much to everyone that checks in with my work. Every time that someone reads an article I write or a blog post and gives me even a like or a comment, it means so much to me to know that I have this support and just the support of everyone on this page and everyone in my life. I thank you so much. And so what I've been working on lately, about a year ago, I started praying that God would show me what it was he wanted me to focus on with writing, because I had a lot of frustration with trying to get published and what to write about, because the world of writing and just the topics, they just felt so big, and I never knew what to focus on. And so I started praying about it, and God really showed me that he wanted me to write about the church. Originally, I had been writing more about sort of addiction and that world, opioid crisis type of stuff. And I realized that I needed to shift my focus. And since I shifted my focus to writing about the church, I've learned so much. Before 3 years ago, I'd always gone to church my whole life. I've always loved church. It's always been important to me, but I never understood why it mattered so much for individuals, for community, for society as a whole. And as I've done a lot of research and writing on the subject of church, I've become very passionate about it. And I've realized that as people leave the church, it's really hurting our society. It's hurting individuals. It's contributing to depression and anxiety and isolation. At the same time that the internet and social media and sort of that entire space has increased, church attendance has decreased. And that combination of factors has been really lethal for our country. And so anyway, I've been just really committed to writing about that and teaching people, why does the church matter? And something that I've really honed in on, that I'm staying really close to, is this phrase that the church of your past does not have to be the church of your future. I know a lot of people have had bad experiences with church. They've experienced judgment. I've heard stories of people who, when their parents got divorced, they were treated badly by the church, or someone went somewhere where there was a spiritual abuse. I spoke to a person who grew up in a cult, but she didn't know it. She said, the thing about being in a cult is that they don't tell you you're in a cult. And so I'm not saying that churches are cults, but there are some bad churches out there, and there are reasons people have left. Some people left for indifference. Some people don't feel like they have time. I mean, there's all kinds of reasons that people leave the church. But the message I'm wanting to put out there is the church of your past doesn't have to be the church of your future. And what's happening today is a really cool sort of revolution, sort of renewal in the church space. And that's just that there are a gajillion kinds of churches out there. No longer do you have to go to a traditional building. While some people think of church as stained glass windows and pews and organs, that's, the long ago sort of reputation of the church. It's also not the megachurch model anymore. I mean, it can be. There's nothing wrong with a megachurch. There's nothing wrong with a traditional Catholic church if that's where you want to go. I just want to make sure people understand that there are so many options out there now that you can get connected with. I mean, here in Indiana, there's a church on every corner. And I used to think that was weird. And I used to wonder, why are people planting more churches? Like, we already have so many. And I realized that the reason that they're doing that is because there needs to be a church for every kind of person. Not everyone is going to have their needs met to that kind of a traditional church. And so I want to say that, and I also wanted to show you guys a couple of the books that I've been reading that have been extremely helpful for me in this journey. I found an author, his name is Mark Sayers, and his books like Disappearing Church, and especially this one, Reappearing Church, that has been extremely helpful in me learning about, what's been going on with this movement of church in the United States right now. I also read a lot of Robert Putnam, Bowling Alone. I forgot the name of his other one, but just so much of those stats sort of show you what's going on with America these days and how the decline in church attendance has contributed to so many societal problems. So anyway, that's sort of what I'm up to right now, or have been up to lately. And I would just love if you would, if you know of any really unique church efforts, or you know of a cool church plant that is happening in your area, somebody that's doing something different or just unique in sort of the church space, I would love if you would let me know about it. I'm looking to profile and learn about some of these different places. So catch me up. I've been interviewing people, just sort of setting up things. I would love for my next book to be sort of in this vein. I started working on my next book and I was spending a lot of time on it. And then I realized I wasn't sure sort of the exact way I wanted to go with it. So I'm getting a little bit of help with just some writing direction right now from someone, and trying to figure out what is the book God wants me to write, because that's the book that I want to write. I want to write a book that people need, that needs to be out there. And if I've learned anything, it's just like, you don't want to write a book for no reason. So that's what I'm looking at right now. And that's what's been going on. And if you're interested in that kind of stuff, if you're interested in church making a comeback, if you're interested in going back to church, or you're just interested in some of the writing I'm doing on the intersection of faith and politics, and just some of those things that I've had this opportunity to write about in these bigger publications, I hope that you'll stick around. I hope that you'll sign up for my email list. You can leave your email here, send me a direct message. I'll add you to the list. It's every other week. And then I have an interview actually hopefully coming up with Mark Sayers, the author of those books, on the podcast. So that's really cool. And so that's it, I guess. So that's my Facebook Live that makes me so nervous to do. But thank you so much for tuning into my update. And I hope you'll stick around. I hope you'll join my email list. And I hope that some of you will have some great suggestions for some churches to check out. Have a great day.